Hi mommies and daddies, welcome back to Momcom India. Summer season is on its peak and we as parents are always worried whether it is safe to keep our babies, especially newborn babies, in ACs or cooler or not. Can they harm them? If we can use AC or cooler, what are the things that we should keep in mind? And in this video, I'm going to share with you my experience about whether it is safe to keep your baby in ACs or coolers or not. So let's get started.
To watch all the videos on this channel, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get regular updates from Momcom India. Let's become a big fat family soon.
Before I start this video, if you do find it to be helpful, please click on the like button below and definitely subscribe to our channel by clicking the red button and the bell icon so that you never miss an informative video from Momcom India. Now we all know that babies are in a very cozy and comfortable temperature when they are inside the womb, and that's when as soon as babies are born, one thing that almost worries all the parents is that what should be the right temperature for a baby, considering we know that babies themselves can't regulate their body temperature and the onus lies on the parents to ensure that they are in a comfortable temperature. Now comfortable temperature can be given to babies in two ways. One is by maintaining the right room temperature using ACs, coolers or fans, and second, dressing them in the right kind of clothing which will ensure that they are comfortable. So let me start by saying that the answer to the question that worries us, that whether it is safe to keep my baby in AC or cooler or not, is yes, it is absolutely safe for you to keep your babies in ACs or coolers. In fact, doctors suggest that if you keep your babies in heat conditions or in humid conditions, that is a bigger problem because that can lead to other problems like heat stroke, dehydration, fluid loss from the baby's body, and a lot of other problems that can be very serious. That's why it's absolutely important to ensure that the baby is in a right comfortable temperature. A lot of parents also feel that my baby is crying all the time, my baby is unable to sleep, my baby is feeling restless or cranky, and one of the reasons amongst the many other reasons that can be there is that the baby is not feeling comfortable in the temperature that the baby is in. So now let's talk about that if it's safe to use AC and coolers with my babies because that will ensure a comfortable temperature. What are some of the precautions that I should be taking? Number one precaution is ensuring that the temperature is just right, neither too hot nor too cold. So with an AC, since you can control the temperature, the guideline is that 24 to 26 degrees Celsius is a good temperature. But if you are in a place where the weather is extreme, it's extremely hot, and you as a parent are feeling that no, 24 degrees is not a comfortable temperature, then you can always adjust it to 22, 21, whatever you feel is comfortable. Now how to judge a comfortable temperature is that when you're sitting in an AC room and you're wearing say a t-shirt, you're feeling comfortable. You do not feel the need of taking a sheet or a blanket or changing to a full sleeve t-shirt. That is a cool and comfortable temperature. With coolers, obviously you cannot regulate the temperature, but in case you are using a cooler where you can manage the fan speed, then always keep the fan speed on low. The other thing to keep in mind under this point is that do not use ACs or cooler for continued period of time. When you feel that the room has become cool enough, then it's the right time to switch the AC or cooler off and let the cool air be maintained in the room so that the prolonged use can be avoided. The second important precaution is that ensure that the baby is not directly exposed to the air from the AC or the cooler. Ensure that the baby is lying at a place or in a spot which does not have the direct exposure to the AC's air. That is something that you should definitely do because direct exposure from the AC can cause harm. So just giving you my example, in our room the AC is just over our bed. So we ensure that Kabir's cot is on the side so that he just feels the coolness in the room and does not get the direct cool air from the AC. That's something that's very important. The third precaution is the right clothing when the baby is in AC or cooler. Now, just giving you our example only. So when you switch on the AC, normally if you're wearing a t-shirt and you're sleeping, so it's Kabir taking a bath in the background. So avoid his excitement. So yeah, coming back to the point. So when you are sleeping in a t-shirt and the room becomes cool, so what you tend to do is you take a blanket and you try to cover your arms and your feet. The moment your arms and feet are covered, you feel very comfortable and you have a good sleep, or you're feeling nice. Now similarly with babies, when you keep them in AC or cooler, ensure that their arms and their legs and feet are covered. The best thing to do with newborns especially is that make them wear onesies. Onesies come in different fabrics, so for summers a cotton onesie will be good enough, which will cover them from top to bottom so that no part is left exposed to cool air. This way, in the night, if the baby even removes the blanket, you won't be worried that the baby will get exposed to cold air because the baby is covered from top to bottom. Also, it's a good idea with babies to always dress them up in layers. Even if it is summer, if you're keeping your baby in AC, ensure that he's wearing a very light cotton vest so that his chest is covered all the time. So this way, the clothing will also do wonders in ensuring that the baby is feeling comfortable in AC or cooler. The next precaution is that ensure that your AC is serviced regularly and your cooler is clean. That way you will avoid any bacteria or any germs being circulated in the air that the baby is breathing. So that's something that is very important. The next precaution is ensuring that the baby is well moisturized and hydrated. Now we all know that ACs can cause a lot of dryness, and with babies what happens is that a prolonged exposure to ACs leads to dry skin or the lips being dry, or in some cases the nose also drying so much that it can start bleeding. So something that we used to do is that we used to ensure that before putting Kabir to bed in the night, we would moisturize his entire body, face, everything very well, and in the morning also the first thing he gets up is moisturize his skin, number one. Number two is in the morning when he gets up, put 1 drop each of nasoclear, which is nothing but a salt and water solution, in each of the nostrils with his head bending towards the back. That way his nose will also get the lost moisture back. So that's also something that you can do. Some people also say that it's a good idea to keep a vessel full of water in the room to maintain that moisture with ACs, but personally I've never tried that and I never had to, because I was taking care of the skin part and the nose part. And apart from that, feed your baby regularly so that the baby is always hydrated and any moisture being lost from his body is being retained. The next precaution is bathing. Now a lot of people, what happens is when they bathe their baby, especially if bathing is a part of the nighttime routine, and they bring the baby back within 10 to 15 minutes because they feel that now the baby has been dressed up, they switch on the AC because they are preparing for the night. I would suggest that that's something that should be avoided, because what water does it, that water cools down the body. So when the body is cool and suddenly you switch on cool air also, then there are chances that the baby may fall sick. So the best thing to do is dress up the baby, switch on the fan, ensure that the baby is not directly sitting under the fan. Give the baby around 15, 20, 30 minutes to become comfortable, and at least after 30 to 45 minutes switch on the AC and then let the room be cool. The next precaution to keep in mind is how do you adjust the temperature when you take your baby out from a room where you were using AC or cooler, because this is the point where babies get sick, they catch cold, because the heat and the cold, that it takes a toll on the baby's body in terms of adjusting to the right temperature, and a lot of children fall sick just because of not being able to adjust to the right temperature. The best thing to do is, when you know that you have to take your baby outside, give it time for your room to come back to normal temperature so that the baby's body goes from normal temperature to normal temperature only. So if it takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever time it takes, ensure that you switch off the AC, open the door, let the room come to normal, and then you take your baby outside. Similarly, when you come from outside and you want to switch on the AC, ensure that you come to your bedroom, let the baby be comfortable in the room temperature, and then switch on the AC so that the baby's body also starts to regulate as per the AC's temperature. Never take a baby directly in a room where the AC is already switched on, because then the heat and the cold can actually cause a toll on the baby's body. The other precaution to keep in mind is how do you maintain the right temperature when you're using a car. So suppose you have to go outside, ensure, and especially in summers the car become really hot, there's a lot of hot air inside the car. So ensure that you or your partner go to the car first, switch on the car, open the windows, ensure there's proper ventilation, all the hot air is sent out, and then you bring your baby in the car. That way the baby will not have any breathing problem also, and then switch on the AC so that along with the car becoming cooler, the baby's body will also regulate its temperature accordingly. Similarly, when you stop the car, ensure that you switch on the AC at least 5 to 10 minutes prior to stopping the car and taking the baby out. That way also the body will adjust to the temperature normally. So that's about it. These were my tips and my personal experience on how you along with your baby can enjoy summer with ACs and with coolers, and ensuring that you have a nice temperature to sit in and sleep in. If you follow all of this, I don't think you'll have to worry about your baby falling sick because of exposure to cold air and then heat, and you'll be able to manage your summers properly. With coolers, there's always, during humidity, the humid period, coolers can actually be a problem because they increase the humidity. So but still, if you have to use coolers, then ensure that there's this little part of the window that is always open so that there's cross ventilation maintained. That's the best that you can do. Otherwise, ACs are the best when you have to maintain the temperature in summers and during the humid period also. So with that, we've come to the end of the video. If you did like it, please hit on the like button, share it with everybody that you know of. Also subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red button below and hitting the bell icon. We've done just so many videos on parenting, baby care, fun videos, recipe videos already, and we promise that we will be doing more and more such videos in the future. I hope you did like it. We will talk to you very soon. Thank you so much for watching MomCom India.